Hello everybody, this is Elijah Keating from wisdomseekers.net. Emphasis of course on the net, because it's not a .com. This is my logo, Phoenix Rampant, Phoenix Rising, and what else? Let me see. This is for September 6, 2023, and I'm not sure what the energy is today. I know what it was yesterday, and I know it was pretty raucous and people are having a rough time. Not necessarily with other people, but with the actual energy bouncing around so much that they couldn't settle down on anything. They couldn't, they were bouncing back and forth and around, and they felt very discombobulated. So maybe it's time to look, depending where you are at this moment on the evolutionary scale. If you spend a fair amount of time in the fifth dimension, maybe you want to start grounding up rather than down to earth, at least when you're bouncing around. So we don't want to, because people think a mistake of grounding to the third dimension. Well, you want to ground to the earth, not the third dimension. It's a difference. The earth is rising up, so when you ground to the earth, you should be fine. But if you're still bouncing, a little bouncy, then ground up and see if that will help. And when you say, how do you ground up? Well, you just do it with intention, of course. And you intend that you ground to your higher spiritual self. It doesn't mean you have to stay there. It might actually be a good idea, depending on who you are and how much of your being is in the fifth dimension, to stay in the fifth dimension. Or it might be a good idea to go back and ground to the physical, not to the third dimension, but to the physical. Because I think a great deal of what we're going through right now is because we're in the fourth dimension, not the fifth dimension. And strange things are happening. Not necessarily would I class them as magical. But strange things are happening. We'll go reach for something, like a key, and as you're reaching for it, you notice it's not there, and you swear you saw it there 5 minutes ago. So strange things are happening, and just ride it out, because I don't think we'll be here long. So for the 6th of September. It's a very interesting day. We have the King of Pentacles, and he knows exactly what he wants. He basically, if it's a human being, I class it as a meat and potatoes kind of man. But he knows exactly what he wants. He doesn't care what other people think. He doesn't care what other people are looking for. He wants what he wants. And that's what it's suggesting. Know what you want. Don't worry what other people think, but know what you want. And if you do that, you have the Nine of Pentacles. You get a stopover. You get to enjoy life a little bit more for a while. It's a stop. It's over. It's not a ending point. So you work through this, you work with it, and you will have a taste of what's coming. The energy of the fifth. Just a taste, and not all of it, because very shortly you'll have to go back to working through the energies. We don't get much time between break. We don't get many breaks anymore. We just don't. That's just part of life, and that's just how it is. So what do we do about that? Enjoy it when it's given to you. Don't go looking for hard knocks. Don't go looking for the next lesson. I mean, be bored as you have to be, but also fill yourself up with that. Life is graceful and easy right now. Just fill yourself up, because I can guarantee it will not last long at this, what we're doing right now. When you get a bit of a break, it's the Five of Swords, basically means that you're solidifying what you've learned. You're solidifying your gifts, your new gifts. You're becoming balanced in the new life you're moving into. And yes, we are moving into ways of being and thinking that are different. Our physical may not change, but the way we feel, the way we think is definitely shifting and changing. Okay, use the masculine form of energy to figure out what's going on, because it works. It's this far-sighted. You go looking for the energy, you find it, okay? And again, this day has to do with the balancing of the male, the female, the yin, the yang. It's a balancing act. And that might be why if you've got a break, take it, because the balancing act will be far harder on anybody's psyche than anything else. Allowing yourself to truly love somebody, can probably take a great deal out of you. So you want to pay attention to what you're feeling. If something comes up and it throws you off whack, find out why it's thrown you off balance so badly. I can guarantee it's a lesson to help you learn so that you can move into something brighter and shinier. And one of the things we're moving into is, and I've said this before, we're getting downloads. In September, I guess there's a lot more downloads than we're used to. But it's old energy coming in as new energy, because it's been so long since we've known it. So when you take a break, sometimes you're, like I said, it's you're solidifying your new tools. You're getting to know yourself a little better. Pay attention to that, right? It's very important. And what else? Allow yourself to be happy. Ace of Cups, and that's something I harp on a lot. How you feel is how you're going to attract things to you. And there's new forms of happiness coming in. We may not recognize them. Allow yourself to feel good about a situation. Allow yourself to just feel love for somebody or everybody. Because when you're in the energy of love, it's basically you're going to have the right answer. Sometimes, yes, we will mess up because we're human, but the right answer will always end up being love. All right? So know that you have support, a great deal of support. Don't feel shy about reaching out and asking for it. You have the right. It's actually not a right, it's a necessity to ask for help. Ask for ease and grace. Ask for it to come in slowly. And even ask them to stop it for a while if it gets too much. But if you allow it to go through, where did it go? One of the things that it will bring in for us is abundance. Because we're going back to our natural state. Our natural state is abundance. Our being in goodwill, good health, nice places to live. We should naturally live in abundance, and that will be part of the downloads that we're getting. So be comfortable with yourself. Allow yourself to be high flying, and at the same time you're balanced and you're grounded. And a grounded may not be the right word for it anymore if you have to ground up to the fifth, But that's maybe just a temporary until the earth is a little higher itself, and then we will ground to the earth. We ground to the physical. We don't ground to the dimension, okay? And even when we ground to the fifth, we ground to the part of us that is already there, the spiritual part of us that's already evolved, all right? So get that? It sounds a little convoluted, but trust me, it works. At least it has. So with that, I'm saying namaste, namasko, I love you, and you I do love. Bye.